Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's viewers request for a beef and cheese pie. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. It's super simple. I'm going to be using the Family Pie Maker, and I have already cut out our circles of pastry which have just been thawed, which is puff pastry. Smaller one on the top, large one for the base, and we're putting that to one side. Okay, to our pan we're going to add some butter, brown off our beef, add our vegetables and aromatics. I've got some red wine, I've got some homemade chicken stock here, use beef stock if you've got it. And just on a low heat, we're going to melt our butter. I'm just using a non-stick pan here. Add our bacon, that'll give it a lovely flavour, and also render some of the fat out, and add some salt. A bit more heat. You can cook this in a pressure cooker if you like. It's time to add our pepper now. Lots of pepper, I like really peppery steak pies. Some salt. Adjust your seasoning just before serving because the cheese is salty, there's salt in the homemade stock, and of course there's salt in the bacon. Notice I'm using butter instead of oil because I actually like the flavour that the butter gives this dish, and it marries in very well with the cheese as well. Alright, so we're sending in our beef now. Now I've just cut this into tiny little pieces, okay? Now we want this to brown off, we don't want it to sweat, so we need a bit of heat in it now. Let's cook that until it's lost its red colour. This is just blade steak, casserole steak. Alright, when it starts to brown and there's no moisture in the bottom of it anymore, we're going to add our onions, our garlic, and just a little bit of celery in there for flavouring. Turn the heat up now. As this juice is coming out, we're going to send in our vegetables. You can put carrot in here, potatoes, anything that you like really. A little bit of garlic gives it a nice flavour. I haven't cut the onion too small because I don't want it to get lost in there. I want to have a little bit of texture in here. Good splash of Worcestershire sauce now. Tomato paste always gives it a lovely richness and a good colour. Okay, now we're going to send in our chicken stock. I've taken the fat off that. Our red wine. And we're just going to cook that for about 5 minutes until that onion is well and truly softened with the lid on. Okay, so that's going to sort of steam it as well as cook it. So just pop the lid on there and cook it for 5 minutes. Don't let it burn, just keep your eye on it. Okay, that's going for about 5 minutes now. We're just going to take that lid off. We don't need that on anymore. And we're going to reduce that down. You can thicken it if you want to, but I'm not inclined to do that because the reduction will intensify those flavours and it'll be stunning. When you cut this open, it'll be just like a beef and gravy pie, okay? Thicken it if you want to, but once it's been reduced right down, those flavours are going to be so intense, and it's absolutely packed with meat. It's not a sauce pie with a bit of meat, it is a meat pie with a bit of sauce. Okay, about 800 watts I'm using there at the moment. My pie is going into Pie Maker. Use a non-stick pan, and that way nothing's going to stick, and use a silicone or timber spatula, and that way nothing's going to damage the non-stick surface. Okay, turn it off. The fan will go for a little bit longer to cool the induction hot plate down. Now you see what I'm talking about there? The tomato paste, the sweating down of the onions, a bit of bacon fat in there, all good. Now this is still quite warm, that's fine. It's going into the Pie Maker now. Fill it right up. And this will feed 4 people. Push that in so that it seals properly. Now we've got this yummy, tasty cheese here, but it's started to, I grated it, but it's, the heat of everything here is making it not be so grated. So we're just going to, like so. Pie Maker's just been switched on. Turn it on. The filling's cooked. All you're doing now is cooking the pastry, and cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, we've just got some broccolini here. We've just steamed that. Get a bit of salt. We've got some air fried pumpkin there, still with the skin on. And we've put some cream cheese on that. And some stuff that they call salad toppers. I just got this from, this stuff here, I got this from Costco. And it's got all these really great things in it. Sesame seeds, pepitas, sunflower seeds, pine nuts, almonds and cashews. And we're going to fetch our little pie out now. It's nice and crisp as you can see. It's been in there for about 8 minutes. Nice and brown on the bottom as well. I don't know if I can show you that though. Just push that out of the way, it's switched off. Now serve this with some of your favourite sauce, a bit more Worcestershire sauce, maybe some horseradish or some mustard. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. You ready? Me too. It's so hot. I'm going to burn myself here. I can feel it. Look at that. Beef and cheese with red wine. How delicious does that look? too hot to eat right now. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, don't forget to check out our Cheekyricho cooking channel and please subscribe, that helps our channel. And thanks very much for watching. We have got a plethora of pie maker recipes and there is something there for everyone. Okay, have a little taste, shall we? Oh, look at that cheese. Nice and crisp on the bottom. Okay, don't be frightened of putting hot filling into a hot pie maker or a cold pie maker. It doesn't matter. All you're doing, if the filling is cooked, is cooking the pastry. And it's crispy and divine. Thanks for watching.